Okay, let's talk Vechain. It's been a while since I've done a technical analysis video on the VET token, and in today's video I'm going to be addressing that subject. I'm going to be taking a look at the technical analysis on the daily time frame, maybe even the weekly time frame. There's been a few interesting developments, a few concerns. Obviously, in the last video that I put out, I was talking about how things are not looking good for Vechain. Now, that hasn't changed all that much, but it's probably worth talking about the most recent rally that we've seen, if we want to call it that, and what this potentially means next for VET. So as I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's going on here with Vechain. So here we have VET paired up with USDT. We're on the 1-day Binance chart, and well, we're coming up to resistance once again. So we obviously saw rejection back here in August 24th off the 50 EMA, 50 SMA areas, which would have been great for some trading opportunities. So right around here would have been the trade, higher than the stop loss there, targeting out a 1.5 risk reward ratio. And you can see right there, we would have taken fantastic profit by shorting Vechain. Okay, now, of course, that reversal's true there. We find resistance right here on the 50 EMA, 50 SMA. We do, of course, have on the 15th of September, confirmation of rejection, in my opinion, meaning that this would have been the short opportunity, stop loss higher than the previous swing high, and targeting out 1.5 on the risk reward ratio. At the point of obviously recording this video, this trade idea would still be running in technical loss, but it does show that we are in the right kind of realm of what is likely to occur, in my opinion, which is still this move to the downside. Now, obviously, we come up to these resistances. I'm going to just move this off the chart here for a second. Coming back up to the resistance of the 50 SMA. Now, is it possible that we break on through? Sure, it's a possibility, in the same way that it's possible that, you know, Vechain's price action just by some miracle moves up to $1, right? It's possible, but is it probable? Highly unlikely. So looking at the chart, I think it's very unlikely that we're going to break through these, and we are going to see more continued price action to the downside. Now, our stochastic RSI is approaching back towards the overbought area after that rejection that we saw earlier on. Right, so we got this rejection up here on the kind of 13th, 14th of September, right? That's when we're up in this overbought area. We saw a bit of a knock to the downside, and this rally to the upside is taking us back towards the overbought range, okay, where we suspect more rejection in the price action. Now, if we turn that off and bring on the divergence indicator, you can see it's fighting the 50 level. Currently, anything lower than, or I should say, anything lower than the 50 level is deemed bearish, and anything above the 50 level is bullish. And historically, we've seen a lot of rejection here for Vechain's price action. So if we draw a trend line in for the purpose of kind of trying to make it a little bit easier visually, here you can see that we come up and then we kind of get rejected. And while we're coming up into those ranges again, looking for more rejection, there's no divergence noted here when it comes to the price action versus the relative strength index. We are in this kind of idea of a triangular wedge. We have higher highs and lower highs here on the RSI on the daily time frame. But like I often say, this is the actual move to focus on. This is continuation. And well, from there, we are looking to come back down. Okay, so even though we kind of see this as a potential positive, there might be the idea that maybe we can get a bullish break on Vechain. I suspect that's going to have to happen much later than right now. Our volume profiles are also a bit of telling, right? If we zoom out of this, you can see just how non-existent volume profiles are for Vechain's VET token, right? And well, this is not a bad thing necessarily, right? Because we are in the range that we've been talking about for a while. Basically, anything below kind of in the range of 1.560 to 2.698 is the range for accumulation, in my opinion. Is it possible we lose those lows? Yeah, sure it is. But is it probable? Highly unlikely. Again, we do have scoped out the idea that we are still likely to see moves more towards 1.6 to 1.726. This is going to be the area that I think we are going to find the rejections from, and where we are likely to find more accumulation. The volumes being low is a positive, not a negative. It means that there isn't a huge appetite for buying, but there's also not a huge appetite for massive selling pressure either, meaning that the moves to the downside can still be quite dramatic, as in if we drop down into this range, we are talking between 21 and 27% to the downside, right? And that's going to be the huge trading opportunity if you wanted to kind of look at it across a multi-day, multi-week kind of scenario. that you kind of go short in and around where we are right now, stop loss above the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, give it some breathing room, and then target out that kind of low range around 1.722, for example. You've got a great risk reward ratio of 3.0, put a little bit of leverage like 5 to 10x, and you're going to be golden, in my opinion, on this move to the downside. But of course, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I personally see it. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give financial advice. All I can do is share my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I personally see it. And that's how I would be approaching Vechain's price action with the potential for a short. Talking about trading, are you ready for an exciting opportunity that you definitely don't want to miss out on? Imagine this, signing up to a top-tier cryptocurrency exchange and getting the chance to get your hands on a brand new iPhone 16. Yes, you heard that right. BingX is giving you that chance. BingX, one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges out there, is running an incredible promotion right now. For all you new users just signing up and trading, you'll be entered to get a chance to get your hands on an iPhone 16. I mean, who wouldn't want the latest iPhone in their hands, right? But wait, that's not all. There's also a fantastic offer of up to 90 USDT for completing simple tasks on their platform. So not only could you walk away with an iPhone, but you could also stack up some crypto for free just by using their platform. That's a win-win situation. Here's how easy it is to get started. Sign up on BingX using my special referral link in the description down below. Complete some simple tasks to unlock up to 90 USDT. Trade on BingX futures and cross your fingers on that iPhone 16. And while you wait, start exploring some of the amazing features of BingX. Don't wait around. This promotion is only for a limited time. Click the link in the description, sign up on BingX, complete those tasks, and maybe you'll be the lucky one walking away with an iPhone 16 and some extra USDT in your wallet. Who's in? Take action now and get yourself into the BingX rewards. Now, is it possible that we break out a little bit higher? Yes. There is one scenario that I am monitoring here, which is a 3-wave rally into the higher ranges here, but we shouldn't break that existing high. And I'll put a little line on there at the 2.638. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Not in my opinion, but it's one of those things to monitor. If we do get breaks above the 50 EMA, 50 SMA, then of course we can potentially trade that long. Ultimately, though, this previous area up here between 2.381 and 2.503 was a previous support level that had turned into resistance, although we kind of got this fake out here around the 50 EMAs, 50 SMAs. We would have to obviously see another fake out situation to tap back into that range. So again, it's possible. I just don't think it's probable. And I think the most probable move is the one more towards the lower range of our accumulation zone when it comes to Vechain. So is Vechain's price action in trouble? Yes, I do think it is in trouble. But is it a problem? No, I don't, because if I zoom out of this, we can see actually there's still this idea of a much more bullish structure overall, right? So although the short-term price action on Vechain is a little worrying, it presents itself with some huge opportunities to build out those positions ahead of what happens next. My conservative targets for Vechain's price action would be a move more towards kind of 8.2 to 11.8, okay, and that could present itself with some pretty lucrative returns. If we do drop down to 1.7, that's going to be a range of around 379 to the upper range of about 585. Personally, I think that's incredibly conservative, and we are more than likely going to rally above it. My 1.618 target range comes in at 20 cents, and my more kind of realistic price expectations based on previous bullish patterns would be between 31 and 77 cents. Okay, so we can see here that there's the idea of some pretty lucrative gains to be made from the kind of crash that we've been seeing and experiencing with Vechain's price action for the last few months. And well, this is an opportunity to kind of build out those positions ahead of what I think is going to happen next. But of course, you know, anything in crypto or crypto, anything can happen. So we want to be very mindful over both the bullish scenarios and the bearish scenarios and everything else that could potentially play out when it comes to the VET token. But of course, you know, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server. We would love to hear from you. If you found today's video useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, guys, check this video out right here. It's not one you're going to want to miss.